It's another Manic Monday, so here's your Manic Anchor. I'm Phil Rodriguez. Here's UCentral Sports. The Broncos dropped their second straight game this weekend at Nebraska Kearney, falling 35-24. The Broncos took a 17-0 lead into the second quarter and felt good about pulling out a win, but the Lopers caught several breaks and used them to score, like recovering the ball on a third quarter kickoff that the Broncos thought was going out of bounds. 4 unanswered touchdowns later, it was 28-17 Lopers, and despite a 13-yard touchdown run from Jalen Cottrell that cut it to 28-24, the Broncos just couldn't get anything else going in the second half. And then Kearney's defensive front feasted as 7 Lopers combined to sack quarterback Jet Huff 5 times in the game. But despite the loss, the Broncos' run game was solid, gaining 196 yards on 35 attempts, good for 4.6 yards per carry, with sophomore Dev Matthews' 94 yards leading the way. Next up, the Broncos will try to regain their footing on Saturday at 1 p.m. when they take on Missouri Southern at Chad Richardson Stadium. Road trip! The Broncos wrestling team visited 2 different states this weekend, splitting the team in half to take part in 3 different meets. The second stringers headed to Park City, Kansas, while the first team headed to Little Rock, Arkansas. First up was the Falcon Open in Park City on Saturday, which saw 10 different wrestlers placed in the open competition. In the elite bracket, Daley Jennings finished second at 133, with Brady Benham taking second place at 165. While in the amateur bracket, Cooper Zickafoos finished as the champion at 174, with Cole Mayfield and Hayes Ivy winning a co-championship at 157. In Little Rock, meanwhile, the starters took on D2 rival Ouachita Baptist, as well as D1 Little Rock, UCO's first D1 opponent since 2011. First up, the Broncos smacked down 25th-ranked MIAA opponent Ouachita Baptist 47-0, with the Broncos showing their class across the board. Most surprising was Jason Henschel taking down top-ranked individual wrestler James Anderson in the 133 class with a 10-5 decision. Also, we had, Gabe Johnson had a quickest fall of the day, throwing Eli Silva to his back 25 seconds into the match, ending that with 50 seconds into the match. And then, although the Broncos dropped this one at Little Rock, they looked incredibly strong individually, holding their own against the 14th-ranked team in Division I. Jason Henschel again impressed at 133 with 22-6 technical fall victory versus Jackson Tucker. Garrett Wells pulled off another win at 197, also with a 5-0 shutout decision against Michael Gasper. Top-ranked 157-pounder Gabe Johnson grabbed another win as well with an 8-4 decision against Javon Jones. Broncos' next meet will be Saturday, November 15th at the Drury Open in Springfield, Missouri. Well, with OU winning their big game in Tennessee this weekend, but the Blue Jays losing the World Series in dramatic fashion, it was a bit of a mixed sports weekend for me. Did you guys watch any sports this weekend?
Phil, my Ravens are back, and they're better than before. Lamar is finally back from injury, and he was throwing it to Mark Andrews, and he was throwing it to Zay Flowers very beautifully, and we beat the Dolphins. Phil?
Yeah, the Ravens were back, right? You said something like that. Really was nice to see Lamar healthy again, though. What about you, Valerie?
I had an awesome time as a Boomer Sooners fan. I had a great time. My parents threw a little watch party, so naturally I got to see my dad yell through the TV and try and coach the players. So it was a good weekend overall. Thanks, Bill.